Alexis, we were talking off camera, and I think that was a very key point that you brought up, data. This ultimately looks like a data play. It's not for the plastic devices that Fitbit has been making through the years. It's for data. How much data that Fitbit has on our tendencies. And Google really probably wants to get his hands on that.
But I guess the question is, $2.1 billion seems a little bit rich for a company that really has not been producing.
Yeah.
Do you think that Google's overpaying here?
When it comes to data, I guess if you can get your hands on data and what people want and how they feel in their health, it could be good. But to your point, what has bothered me about Fitbit the past 2 years, their new watches have just not sold. Looks like we got our man Dan Howley back. Dan, overall, do you think this, besides being a data play, what else could Alphabet do with this acquisition?
Well, really, I mean, Alphabet has struggled mightily in trying to get their wearables business off the ground. They were originally part of Android Wear they had. They were some of the first smartwatches on the market. They just didn't really go anywhere. They rebranded to Wear OS. More recently, Fossil, that's really the company that sells most of these devices that have Google support. But really, they're non-existent in the market. The leader is still Apple with its Apple Watch, and Fitbit does have a good share, but it's been losing out to the likes of Huawei and Samsung. So it'll be interesting to see how this pairing will help both companies. Obviously, you know, Fitbit has a lot of information on users' health and health practices, but they're not just about that or the hardware. They also have a new premium subscription service called Fitbit Premium that allows you to get customized workouts, customized guidance for your health and things along those lines. So it'll be interesting to see where Google takes that. In addition to that, don't forget Fitbit's been making a lot out of its own health division. That's really where it works with insurance providers as well as other businesses on helping to get employees healthy. So that's something to really watch out for and see if Google will continue to offer that.
Do you think, though, that with Google's muscle behind them, Fitbit can really give Apple's Apple Watch a run for the money?
That's really hard to say. I mean, when it comes to the build quality of devices, and that's something that a lot of customers look for, is for a device to look like a nice watch. And that's something that Apple did from the get-go. They teamed up with, publications like Vogue to make sure that the watch was in the photos and shown as a fashion piece. That's not something, frankly, that Google or Fitbit are very known for. They're known for being practical or offering practical devices, nothing that's really all that too stylish. So if they really want to compete in this space, they're going to need to either get more deeply into fashion, start expanding there and try to get into the fashion trend area, or really dive in and just go whole hog into the tracking aspect of it. They're obviously well known for that. Fitbit is. So if they can add a little bit of the fashion, make it a little more appealing to consumers, they could sell well. But, Fitbit obviously being sold for a value that's much lower than what its IPO was valued at. So we'll see where this goes from here.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.